Alright, this video, I think the microphone's way up there, so this video is just a little rambling, oops, something I made. I thought about writing a diary at one point. No, I don't dabble. No, I don't practice the occult. No, I don't practice mysticism or some sort of magic, so there. Alright, there. There we go. I like that place. They make good products, so. This is entitled, sorry, Feds Are Corrupt. The feds are using a psyop which has been designed cleverly since 2008 to depopulate the human race. This agenda is, hold on. This agenda is clearly decided as saving the Earth, Mother Gaia, right? This all has to do with the Earth. Saving Mother Nature from the human race. Meanwhile, they're poisoning the people in the process. So, let me think. This agenda is clever disguise Earth while killing and recycling people using sustainable methods. Humans mixed with radioactive materials from Hanford. To the lower valleys from Granger. This actually stems from, I guess, Operation Garden Plot, if you will. Killing the enemies and then recycling them with like clay or something, and then, the Chinese did it with the Great Wall, so there you go. Let me think. Mixed with radioactive materials. At Granger, Washington State, they alleged use at facility to incrementally poison individuals. Now, this all comes mostly from space. The voice to skull effect, the Frey effect. There's 5G everywhere now. I don't like it, but I'm not going anywhere, so tough crap, neighbors. Use a facility to poison individuals. This place is run by the cartel, the Catholic cartel, the ecumenical cartel, the theosophical cartel, the satanic cartel. It doesn't matter. The cartel. They're evil. This place is run by the cartel in Yakima, Washington. There is a pedo ring under the disguise of pets are people too. Pet adoption. Simply meaning that you can train little children as pets, right? Something I have looked into, done some research, come to my own conclusions, etc. How do you say that? So you can train, children using your tone of voice, giving them food. Food creates, especially genetically modified food, creates like dopamine, and I'm guessing if you could figure out how to give, use your tone and then give a child like a treat, you could in theory manipulate them, right? I mean, they're kids, they're not fully developed, so pets are people too. kind of sick, but that's what they do here in Yakima, mind you. All right, this place is run by the cartel in Yakima, Washington. There is a pedophile ring under the skies. This is not the problem. The problem is the Democratic Socialist and the international organizations are conspiring to slowly, over the years, kill people and cover it up. This also leads me to my next point. I'm just going to skip all that. I'm going to skip all that and go right to the point. The point is, there aren't 8 billion people on the planet. I don't think I'm the only person to come to that conclusion. I'm kind of doing this by myself for the sake of boredom. They say there's, how do you say that? There we go again. They say there are, I think it was like 4 billion people on the planet. I mean, you can look it up. it's been like this 8 billion number, this magical 8 billion number since 2014 or something, 2010. And it's like it's not 8 billion people, it's like 4 billion or 3 billion or heck, maybe even less, right? When you think about the COVID deaths, when you think about the how do you say that? What other deaths? I guess the Ebola deaths, the World Health Organization, how do you say that? Cryptographically changing people's identity using whatever methods they can, magic, mayhem. I don't know. I mean, I've learned that like what's that saying by Arthur C. Clarke? Essentially, they use their own magical methods or whatever you want to call it. Advanced science is like indistinguishable from magic or something. Psychology is like witchcraft, according to Dave Hunt, which I highly recommend you should watch some videos by Dave Hunt, and not just Chuck Missler, because programmable religion is a real thing nowadays, thanks to the 5G. So, let me think if I can add to any of this. Okay, here I could add to this. So there is such a thing as CRISPR, and I guess according to my research, I don't have it with me. I deleted all that. I deleted all the stuff on the MacBook, and deleted all the stuff on the MacBook, and because the MacBook has backdoors to China, and it has a neural chip in it, a neural engine or something that connects your brain to the computer, which I think is kind of dumb, but that's what they wanted. So, so I went back and got I guess this is a Chromebook. So I don't know if it's any better, but it seems to be a little bit better, at least for me. So they have bioengineered food ingredients in some of these foods that we have here in the United States. I gotta quit saying no more filler words. Excuse me. But CRISPR, timed DNA destruction. Then the list goes on and on and on with this depopulation, right? There's a lot of depopulation in the world. Excuse me. And there is, in my opinion, there's no way that there's 8 billion people on the planet. I mean, I remember distinctively, I think in 2015 or something, that there was like, how do you say that? There was like 8 billion people then. And then I remember something about the population numbers being like an actual, it was more accurate back then. But then I realized that over the years, it's like stuck at 8 billion. And I'm thinking, there's no way that, all these deaths, the Ebola, those other viruses they had in Africa and elsewhere. There's no way there's 8 billion people on the planet. They say that COVID, depending on what COVID you got, I mean, you can have the one that makes your arteries clog via self-replicating xenobots, I guess, or maybe prions. I've done some research into the 5G and the deep fakes and how they make it seem like people are getting their heads chopped off or something, or some loved one is being raped or tortured or something, right? I think that has to do with something with the Vendetta Industries or Vendetta Films. I mean, that's just something they've tried to do here in Yakima, mind you. Of course, I live in a tribalistic town. There's tribalism everywhere in this town. Kind of sucks, but it's just the way it is. But the point being, in my opinion, there's no way that there's 8 billion people on the planet. I think there's like less than half of that. Even if people did have children, which I don't think it's a good idea at this point because everything's poisoned in the United States. And it's like it's not going to get any better, especially with the water. I mean, the water is some of the worst water we have. Um, they put fluoride in the water. They put pharmaceuticals in the water, forever chemicals in the water. I can't afford to get a shower filter, and even if I did, Amazon is really, really corrupt. Um, so I wouldn't trust Amazon, like, ever. In my opinion, they're trying to create a social credit system here in the United States. So, I mean, from what I understand and from what I've researched, um, people are addicted to Amazon. Kind of like how people were addicted to Facebook back then, via the feedback loop, the dopamine feedback loop, etc. So people are addicted to buying stuff, and maybe somewhere along the line they kind of get cryptographically intertwined in the computer world, if you will. But yeah, so I would be aware of. Hold on. Gamification. Oh yeah, so there was such gamification in the form of vaccines that manipulate specific parts of the brain. The vaccines are timed. They're connected to the social credit system, DNA destruction, genetically engineered organism, CRISPR, big pharma, federal government. Yeah, that's about it. I mean, and yeah, that's about it. Just there's not 8 billion people in the world. I think there's less. Thank you.